Hi, Nick. I just want to be able to walk down through your paper with you and discuss some of the things that you have right here. On the whole, this looks like a really good paper. I'm really happy with your introduction. As I said to you before, it doesn't look like you've changed that from our previous conversation. You don't need to begin things here by saying my first reputable source is an article titled Why My Guitar Gently Weeps. Just begin by saying, Jeff Edgers argues. And then what does he argue? Give me a quote right here that helps to back up what this guy is saying. You don't need to do this sort of stilted introduction. It only drives away the reader by making the paper feel mechanical. This is a really good quote right here. It gives a reader a sense of who this guy is and what his personality is like. That's good. Good. And right here you're actually providing some history, which is helping me to understand where this is all coming from and what the concern is. And now you've identified the problem as to why things have started to change. But still you're dealing just with price. You haven't actually started to get into the instrument itself and how it's built. Good. Now you're talking about luthiers. And again, with this stilted introduction, however, to Irvin Samogi, it's not necessary. Just be able to say, according to Irvin, luthiers, blah, 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 blah. And again, with another stilted introduction right here, this isn't necessary. Of course, it's what you should be doing. So who are these people that you found that can do that, and what do they have to say? All right. So as you're walking down through here, then it seems to me that what you're actually arguing is that the problem is globalization and the ability of companies to transfer their manufacturing overseas to cheaper factories and labor, rather than keeping it here in the United States where artisans might be making it. Because of that, there is a disjunction between what's being offered by the marketers and what's actually being made by the company. The product that's being made then is inferior. So it seems to me that your problem isn't necessarily with the instruments themselves, but with the larger global economic system. And I think that what you maybe need to discuss is that even though, maybe this is a nice way to introduce the piece, even as music is becoming global, we now listen to music and musicians from all over the world, thanks to the internet, globalization has actually hurt the product that they produce. So we're listening to more of it, but it's of a lesser value. Maybe that's something you can think about as a way to potentially frame the issue as well. On the whole, Nick, it seems like you've done a lot of work, and I'm really happy with what you have right here. But I think we need to talk about your transitions and your lead-ins. They're very stilted, and I think you maybe need to think about reframing some of this with regard to the issue of globalization and the larger economic system.